Guys, it is Nova Flame, and welcome to a mini-sode of Cooking with Nova. This isn't going to be a full-out blown meal. This is just something that a lot of people that I know have a hard time doing, and I think I've pretty much figured it out. Today, we're making caramelized onions. If you love onions like me, and you love caramelized onions, then you are going to want to get on this amazing little delicacy. You can eat it as it is, or do what I do. You're going to throw it on a burger in a minute. But we're going to teach you how to make it. So, two things that are very important. One, the type of cooking ware. I have a thick glass frying pan-ish, so it's good at conducting heat and keeping it, but it could also lose heat if you turn it to a low enough temperature. It's kind of like a cast iron in the sense it has good heat conductivity. Anyway, I'm going to use this, and depending on your stove, it depends on your stove, but me, personally, I keep the temperature exactly 2.5 or 2 3/4, not to push it, because you do not want these things to burn. As you can see, that's another factor that you can consider. I'm going to go over that in a minute. You got to keep your onion pieces consistent. Otherwise, some are going to turn out a little darker than others if one's thick and one's not. I have a simple white onion, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it decently thick, just down, and I'm going to separate the pieces and make sure they're all even and cut them to even thickness. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so we got the onion cut, and as I can see, we have a pretty decent even amount of thickness in each piece, and I'm not going to cut them any more than that, because if you do, they're going to turn a little darker than some. So this one right here, where to go, this little inner piece is cutting it a bit close, but because it's thicker than the other pieces, it shouldn't be a problem, just like the complete inside of it. So it's a little thick, so it's not going to burn compared to the thinnish, thickish, whatever. I'm not good at terminology when it comes to culinary cooking. I'm just going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to cut one more slice, separate the pieces, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so what I was talking about, this little inner piece right here, it's the thickest because it's on the inside of the onion. So if you break it in half, it should cook evenly with the other pieces of onion. Alright, so we got a few decent amount of pieces of onion, so that should be good. Now let's actually get these guys cooking real quick. So, throw the pan on, and we got some, personally, California extra virgin olive oil. Now, you don't want to use too much or too little of oil, because you need it to last throughout the process, because this is a low, slow cook. So let's see, we're going to just start adding a little by little, and you're going to want just enough to cover the pan about. Okay, that should be enough, but I have a little extra onion, so I'm going to add a little extra more. And you're just going to want to mix that bad boy. This pan is a little hot still, so I'm just going to mix it around really easily, because the hotter the pan, the more fluid the oil will be. So that's able to easily cover the pan. So that's perfect. And now we are going to take the onion, and I'm working with one hand here. My hands are clean, I promise. We're just going to throw the onions down, just like that. One piece, bam. This is the important part. Mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix. You're going to mix these onions around, get coated in the oil so they all evenly cook, correct? And once you see the onions are nice and shiny and evenly coated with the oil, you are going to take just a little salt. Just give it a quick brush around with the salt. Just cover, mix, so it's incorporated. I'm working with one hand here, so I'm sorry. Whoop, back in there, back in there. Okay, so got our onions in there. Olive oil is a little on the green side because olives, duh. So once you see that the onions have a green sheen to them, you are good to go. Just make sure that the onions have pretty decent contact with the pan. Okay, now here's the important part, people. You do not want these things to burn. So, you're going to listen for this sound. Hear that? That is a very low simmer. It's not simmering, but it's not over simmering. You just want to hear it crackling a little.